very good morning, dear Shemstars. Welcome to the computer class. Hope you all are safe. Children, today we are going to begin with our next chapter. Let's begin. Okay, students. So today we are going to begin with our next unit, that's Unit 5, Chapter 15, Introduction to Presentation Software. The advent of advanced presentation graphic software has replaced the overhead projectors and transparencies of bygone days. The conventional method we are talking about of presenting information is being gradually replaced by digital presentation. Now it has become very colorful, comprehensive and appealing, which has made the process of delivering information more interactive, effective and easy to comprehend. A presentation is a collection of slides arranged in a sequential manner to convey, persuade, motivate, entertain or to provide information. It can be projected on a big screen by attaching the computer with a multimedia projection. And it can be seen in the fields of entertainment, education, corporate training sessions, seminars and conferences. And there are some popular presentation softwares. We have LibreOffice Impress, we have OpenOffice Impress, we have Microsoft PowerPoint, and then we have Google Slides as well, where we can make the presentations. And slide, if you can see on the left hand side, these are the slides. And what is a slide? Slide can be defined as a digital or an electronic page of a presentation. And if we talk about overall presentation, a slideshow is a sequential display of slides which is shown to the audience with an objective of providing information and enhancing the ideas and views on a particular topic. And the most important part is, like, before you make a presentation, you should know the components of a presentation. If you have to make your presentation very effective and very interesting, it should be, you should include regular text, list items. You can go for the whatever the text you want, and that should be different styles you can pick up. You can use a different size. Background is very important. If you have to change the background, like I have just changed the background of my slide, you have to go to the design, and there are the different designs here. You can pick it up, and from here you have the background option also. You can use a background option from format background. So here you have gradient fill, picture or texture fill, pattern fill, whichever the option you want, you can pick it from here. Graphical elements you have, you can go to the insert and you can use clip arts, you can use shapes, you can use icons, you can use smart art, you can use chart. So many options you have that you can include in your presentation to make it more appealing. Then you have audio and video, which is again very important. Again in the same tab you have insert, you have audio, you have video. If you just get some audio from the internet, or you want your own audio to be placed here in the presentation, you can go to the audio option. Here you have audio. Then video, if you want to insert some nice video, if you want related to your topic, you can get it from the internet and you can just place it here in your slides. So then you have transitions and animations, beautiful transitions and animations you have here. You can use it for your slides. These are the transitions, and then we have animations. These are the different animations that you can use for your slides. And animations are given to the objects or to the text individually, and whereas transition effects are given at the time of switching over of the slides. So this is the difference between the animation and the transition. Then you can use header and footer. Again, it is an insert. You can use header and footer option. It is here. Header is on top that you can give, and footer you can give down, like a page number. You want to give it on each and every slide, so you can use a footer. Then date and time, slide number. These are the few things that you need to give it to your presentation to make it look more beautiful and attractive. Then there are few important features that we have to remember always once we start making a presentation. That is, it should be very, very well designed. Then number of lines we have to be very, very particular about. You can see the space is not that much in your slides, so you don't have to write more content. So content has to be very, very precise. So you have to write down short sentences. You can use your keywords for making a presentation, and then you can elaborate that. Then use of colors, it's very important. Make sure that your presentation is attractive and appealing. You should avoid light colors or busy backgrounds. So always use dark colors and bold letters, different fonts, so to make it more bright. Then you have to go for the formatting to make it more perfect. That's very important. Make sure that your text is appealing and aligned properly in slides. If you have crowded slides in your presentation, then people will be busy reading text and will not be able to listen to you. So that is again very, very important. Then use high quality graphics when you have to insert your visuals or images into your presentation. First of all, it is very important, it should match with the content, whatever the content you select, whatever the topic you selected, and it should match with your topic. Then animations and videos are very important again. So animations, you can use transitions, animations and videos. It serves as a change of pace, thereby increasing the interest of your audience. However, you should not use more than one animation or video on a single slide, and also avoid using excessively complicated transitions. It loses credibility with your audience. That's very important. Then correct use of grammar and language, very, very important. Make sure that there are no spelling and grammatical errors in the content. You must do a spell check on all the slides of your presentation before finalizing it. Then your presentation, it should be very, very, very simple. Always try to keep your presentation simple by using charts which are easy to understand and graphics that reflect what you are saying. So this is all about that we have to learn before we make any presentation. So I have chosen here the theme also, the different theme that is already there in the PowerPoint presentation. So you know that if we have to go to the file, when you go to file, so you will find out blank presentation and you will find out some themes already that are here in presentation. So you can pick up the theme that you want. You have more themes also, you can use them as a background for your slides. So I'll go back. So there are so many things that we can do in a presentation. So if we're talking about the presentation, I hope you already know about what are the parts, what are the elements of a PowerPoint presentation. So if we say this is the title bar and it is located on top and displays the name of the current presentation. Then you have a quick access toolbar where you have options which are used most frequently, or you can say they are used often. So these options undo, save, and you can add few more options from this. If you go here, you can customize your quick access toolbar, so you can use few options. These are the selected ones that they are already there, and you can customize it by adding more options to your quick access toolbar, right? So then you have the ribbon. This is called as the ribbon, and it displays the several tabs, like you have file tab. This is the file tab. First tab we have file tab, and this view allows you to create, open, close. When we click on this, these are the options that you get under file tab. So similarly, if you talk about the other tabs, you have home tab. By default you will see always the home tab on the screen. So this is the home tab that you will generally see once you open your presentation. Then you have slide span. Slide span is the blank area in the middle of the window. This is called as the slide span, where you write, where you design your slides. Then slides tab, you will see the slides tab. These are shows the actually thumbnail of miniature versions of each slide. And you can add, delete, duplicate, rearrange the slides, whatever you want in this. Like if you have these slides, I can delete, I can add, I can do anything. So click here, these slides, and you can go to the right click and you will find out the options here. You can use copy, cut, you can go for the new slide, you can duplicate the slide if you want the same slide down. So duplicate, you can delete, you can add sections. So there are so many options that you can use from here. So then you have status bar, or you can say the outline tab is also very important. The outline that shows the displays actually the outline of all the text present in each slide. Then we have the status bar. Status bar is like, this is the status bar. It is always at the bottom of the window, and it displays the important information about the current slide. Like you can say which slide you have opened, 1 of 5, and then spell check, it is here. So these are the language. So these are the options that you will get in status bar. Then you have note span. Note span is always below your slide. So for this is, you can type your personal notes about the slide, and these notes do not appear during the slide show. So these are the few things which are very, very important before you begin with your presentation, before you begin to make or design a presentation. And dear students, let me tell you, it is not only that we can do these things. You have to be very, very creative. We can create a book. I'm going to show you in AIS how to create a book, or you can say the pages beautifully, like you can flip the pages and like animated kind of a thing in your presentation as well. So you can be more creative by doing different things in presentations. But before that, you must know the basics of the presentation, how to work in it.
Thank you, STEMstars. That's all for today. Hope you understood the topic very well. If you have any doubts, you can drop your queries in the Google Classroom. Take care of yourself, and God bless you all.